Argentina's flying man. Despite playing a primarily bench role for most of his career, you won't find anyone saying Ginóbili wasn't a valuable piece on the San Antonio Spurs dynasty team. Manu Ginobili got a late start to his career, playing his first NBA game at 25 years old, but that didn't stop him from making an impact in San Antonio. He's known for being one of the most creative players with the basketball, as sometimes he had fans watching and wondering if he was a magician playing in the NBA. He will no doubt go down in the annals of NBA history, Spurs history, and Argentinian history, but has he done enough in his career to earn a spot in the Hall of Fame? Let's find out. Welcome to my Should They Make the Hall of Fame series, where I have a look at some amazing basketball players and determine if they should make the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. So far in this series, we've had a look at Derrick Rose, Rajon Rondo, Blake Griffin, and Kevin Love. If any of those videos sound interesting to you, I'll leave a link to the playlist in the description below and on the top right corner of the screen right now. As for this video, if you enjoy it, please leave a like so that it reaches more new people who like basketball just as much as you, and subscribe to get notified whenever I post, which is daily, and make sure you leave a comment letting me know what you think of the video and if Manu Ginobili deserves to make it to the Hall of Fame and who I should have a look at next in this series. Thank you so much for all the recent support, and let's get to 200 subscribers as soon as possible. Having a look at his NBA and international resume, we can find one of the most full and polished resumes ever reviewed on this series. We'll have a look at the weaker side first, which is surprisingly his NBA resume. Manu Ginobili is a two-time All-Star, two-time All-NBA third-team member, the 07-08 Sixth Man of the Year, a four-time NBA champion, a part of the 2003 All-Rookie Second Team, and the number 20 is retired by the San Antonio Spurs. Now time for his international resume. Get cozy, because this one's gonna take a while to complete. Manu was the 2001 EuroLeague champion, two-time Italian League MVP, two-time EuroLeague Finals top scorer, 2001 EuroLeague Finals MVP, 2002 All-EuroLeague First Team, the 2001 Italian League champion, two-time Italian Cup winner, Italian Cup MVP, three-time Italian League All-Star, two-time Olimpia d'Oro, 2010 Diamond Connex Award, and the 2001 FIBA AmeriCup MVP. Manu was also named to the 50 greatest EuroLeague contributors. He also won a gold medal in the 2004 Olympics, beating out Team USA. He also has a bronze medal in the 2008 Olympics. He's also a silver medalist in the 2002 FIBA World Cup, two-time gold medalist in the FIBA AmeriCup, silver medalist in the 2003 FIBA AmeriCup, bronze medalist in the 1999 FIBA AmeriCup, gold medalist in the 2008 FIBA Diamond Ball, bronze medal in the 2004 FIBA Diamond Ball, silver medalist in the 1999 FIBA South American Championship, and lastly, the number 5 is retired by the Argentinian Basketball Confederation. Man oh man oh man, this is a loaded resume. First, starting off with his international career, you can argue that he was the best player in all of Europe from 1999 to 2002. He only has one league championship, 2 cup championships, and a EuroLeague championship. Add 2 championship MVPs as well as 2 league MVPs and you have yourself a legendary resume. Now I know what you're gonna say. Italy isn't a super competitive league, you can't count his achievements as much as other pro achievements. And to that I say, I don't care. If you win a championship in any pro league, that's impressive. If you win an MVP in any pro league, that is even more impressive. I don't care what country you play in. If you're able to dominate in that way, it's amazing. Oh yeah, by the way, he has a whole other pro league resume in the NBA. In the NBA, he found moderate individual success, but amazing team success. He made 2 All-Star teams and 2 All-NBA teams, including a 6th Man of the Year award. If we have a closer look at these awards, we can see how it's even more impressive than normal. When he made it to his first All-NBA team, he started in only 23 games that year. Despite coming off the bench, he still got a ton of accolades, which makes his resume even more impressive. To top all of this off, he's a 4-time champion who had a key piece in one of the greatest dynasties ever. Ginóbili has quite the list of achievements in both American and European basketball. When we look at Manu's NBA career statistics, we can see that he's averaging 13.3 points, 3.5 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and 1.3 steals while shooting 44.7% from the field, 36.9% from 3, and 82.7% from the line. Overall, these are some very solid averages, but definitely not something that speaks volumes. Looking at his best season, that being the 2007-8 season, we can see that Manu averaged 19.5 points, 4.8 rebounds, 4.5 assists, while shooting 46% from the field, 40.1% from 3, and 86% from the line. One thing to note is that Manu somehow never averaged 20 points per game in a season. 19.5 was the closest he ever got. I also thought, why not add his Italian league stats, which sit at 18.4 points, 4 rebounds, 2.4 assists, and 3.5 steals, while shooting over 50% from the field and almost 38% from 3. He played in Italy from 1999 to 2002, where he played for Viola Reggio Calabria and Kinder Bologna. His stats stay roughly the same no matter where he plays, as he's usually good for 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals a night on good efficiency. Manu clearly made his impact felt in every aspect of the game, as he was a great all-around player who did everything that was needed from him. When needed, he could go for big numbers, as his career highs are 46 in points, 15 in rebounds, 14 in assists, and 8 in steals. While most dominant players have 1 or 2 aspects of their game that they're elite in, Manu was instead very good at everything. It's interesting to think that Manu was always one of the best players on the Spurs, but was willing to sacrifice his starting spot so that his team could be better. He is truly one of the most selfless players in the league. Being a part of one of the greatest and longest dynasties meant that Manu had great team success. Manu Ginobili played his entire 16-year career with the San Antonio Spurs, finding great success with them. To go season by season would take a very long time, so instead, I'll just give you a summary. Manu made it to the playoffs every year in the NBA. He had 8 conference finals appearances, 5 finals appearances, and 4 NBA Finals championships. During that time, Ginóbili led the team in win shares twice in 2008 and 2011 respectively. Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, and Tim Duncan made up the Big Three in San Antonio that made them one of the greatest teams in NBA history. Basketball Reference has Ginóbili listed as the 5th greatest Spurs player of all time in terms of win shares. If anyone has him outside of their all-time Spurs top 5, please let them know to watch this video. The biggest thing for Manu's Hall of Fame argument is his legacy. He was adored by his native country, that being Argentina, but was also loved by essentially all of Europe, as that's where he spent his time before going to the NBA. He has an infectious playstyle that entertains all sorts of fans, while also making sure none of it gets to his head, remaining very humble throughout his entire career. His impact on the game was felt across the entire world, and let's not forget the Euro step, which was named after him. Manu is without a doubt the greatest Argentinian basketball player ever, the best South American basketball player ever, and one of the greatest international players ever. Many people have him in their top 10 international players of all time, and that's not debatable at all. The impact he's had for basketball players across the world is extraordinary, and he will be remembered for a long, long time. I could sit here and tell you of how good of a person and player Manu Ginobili was, but why hear it from me when you can hear it from the person who coached Manu Ginobili his entire career on the Spurs, and one of the greatest coaches of all time, Gregg Popovich.
He's a very caring individual. No matter what kind of competitiveness he's displaying, he is in a timeout going to be talking to the 12th man on the team. He's going to be talking to a teammate who just made a mistake. He's going to be pumping somebody else up. He's going to give everybody a feeling that you never ever give in. It's always there. So there's always something that he's doing to help the situation be successful. On and off the floor, he was so personable. He loved people, and his passion for the game was exemplary. So the memories are wonderful, but will never be matched.
Before we come to a conclusion, I just wanted to remind you to leave a like on this video and subscribe so that you help support my small channel and make sure that I reach 200 subscribers as soon as possible. Thank you. So now that begs the question, does he belong in the Hall of Fame? I think it's a no-brainer. Yes, he definitely belongs in the Hall of Fame. Might I remind you that it's the Basketball Hall of Fame and not just the NBA Hall of Fame, so events outside of the NBA are all accounted for, and Manu has more than enough. Not to mention his NBA resume is also pretty amazing. 4 championships, 2 All-Star appearances, and a part of 2 All-NBA teams. What more could you want? Basketball Reference has his Hall of Fame probability sitting at 20%, which is way too low. 100% should be the only answer. And now as always, I leave it up to you. Let me know if you think Manu Ginobili deserves to be in the Basketball Hall of Fame in the comment section down below. And while you're there, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe, because that'll help my small channel to grow and reach more new people who like basketball just as much as you, as well as letting you know whenever I post, which is daily. And as always, until next time, cheers.